Hare Krishna Napájné, Radhe Shyam.
Hare Krishna, dear Krishna Kund, my pranams to you.
My
You
pranams.
here?
I am here, but I am having lunch. I'm sorry, I am hungry.
Good, good. Bon appetit.
We just got back.
From the train.
Yeah, my husband unpacked, but I went away to get some stuff, prasadam and these kind of things.
Good.
And anyway,
Yeah,
enough.
absolutely. So yeah, better, yeah, use the time properly and eat. Well, there is a time too.
So we are waiting for our.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, no problem.
Krishna Kund Mataji, how was the trip? Everything was okay?
Everything was okay. We just got back. We have arrived. My husband unpacked. I haven't even started to unpack.
And you got your pickup from the train station.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little hard to find each other, but it was okay. Everything is good. We are back here safely.
The prasadam was enough.
Oh, the prasadam was great.
Prasadam was
Thank
wonderful.
you so much. Anything with cheese is sent by God.
That's only your version. Krishna Kund can't really glorify the
Stole
cheese.
some cheese from me.
Actually, yeah.
But probably she would glorify that it was without cheese.
Nikunja Biharni,
The boss is here.
word is all yours.
Thank you
I
very
will
much.
I will now have to switch off the camera and sound also because I'm right now mixing
I'm
the
also just kind of
new
wandering around
dough.
and listening.
Oh.
So maybe I'll.
Okay, I have 1 hour. Also, I'm cooking dinner for festival today.
We are a crazy bunch. I don't know how we are supposed to study together.
Okay.
Wonder what would Maharaj think of our group.
But maybe Krishna Kund, maybe you could chant Mangala Charana. Oh,
I don't think so.
no.
My husband will do that, he said.
Okay.
He's coming.
Okay. Good.
Thank you.
I need to change to computer from telephone to computer.
Narayanam namaskrityam naram shaivanarottamam Devam saraswatyam vyasam chato jayanudurayat Vedi Ramayanesh Parane Bharate Tata Adavante cha madhya cha hari sarvatra giyate Mukam karoti vachalam bhangum langayate girim Yat kripa tamaham vande shri gurum dinataranam Paramananda madhavam Paramananda he madhava Padunga Luchi Makaranda Se Makaranda Panakori Anande Bolo Hari Hari Harinka Name Vandavela Hari Kori Be Chakadola Se Chakadolanka Padaye Manamo Rahu Nirantare Manamo Nirantare Rahu Ha Krishna Boli Jiva Jao Ha Krishna Boli Jao Jiva Mote Udhara Radha Dava Mote Udhara Radha Dava Mote Udhara Radha Dava
Dharma projita kaita vota paramo nirmatsanam satam Vedyam Vastavamatta Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayun Mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamune Krite Kim Vaparayishvara Sadyo Hridyavarudhyate Tukutibi Shushu Shubhistakshana Nigamakolpataro Galitam Phalam Shukamukadamita Dravasam Yutam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Mahuraho Vasyarsika Bhuvibabuka Anarto Pasamam Sakshat Bhakti Yogam Adhok Suje Lokasya Janato Vidvams Chakri Satvata Samhitam Yashambhai Shriyamanayam Krishna Paramapurushe Bhaktirupadyate Pumsa Shoka Moha Bhayapaha Srimad Bhagavatam Paranamamulam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramaham Samekamamalam Gyanam Padam Giyate Tattva Gyana Vairagya Bhakti Saitam Niskamyam Abhiskritam Touchchandvan Supaten Vacharana Pado Bhaktya Vamuchan Nadaha Artoyam Brahma Sutranam Bhadatarta Vinirnayaha Gayatri Bashurupo So Vedarta Paribrahmitaha Sarva Vedeti Hasanam Sadam Sadam Samudritam Sarva Vedanta Sadame Srimad Bhagavatam Ishyate Tadrasamrita Tripta Shyananyata Sadvachi Kvachit Krishna Bhakti Rasa Swarup Shri Bhagavatam Tate Veda Shastra Hoite Paramamahatvam Chari Veda Upanishade Jata Kichu Hoya Taira Arta Lanavyasa Korila Sanchaya Jai Sutre Jai Rup Vishaya Vachana Bhagavate Sehiru Slokini Bandana Jiveranistara Lagi Sutra Koila Vyasa Mayavadi Bhashya Shunile Oya Saivanasa Jaho Bhagavanta Pada Vaishnaviram Stane
Ekanta Ashraya Koro Chaitanya Charana
Bhagavata Jaina Mani Sejavana Sama Tada Shasta Achijame Jame Prabhu Jama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Yeah, thank you very much. Unfortunately, I cannot join from computer because there is old version of Zoom. It is not my computer. My computer is drying from. I spilled some water on my laptop, so I will be from telephone. And in this computer, Zoom version is very old, and I cannot download new one, so I cannot show you anything. I cannot. Unfortunately.
If we just hear from you, that makes us happy.
It's not. But maybe could someone say at least, maybe have you had a chance to look at this table which I posted like
I haven't
Like-
downloaded it yet, much less looked at it. I think Krishna Kuhn looked at it some.
2 weeks ago?
We just got it. when we arrived here in Budapest. And at 57, when you wrote your message, I managed to open it. That's when I got back from when we got back, I had to go out to get some stuff because it's going to be festivals, like shops will be closed, whatever, for 3 days, 4 days.
Mhm.
So I didn't do anything. And this is what I was telling you from the train, that I won't get the chance. It's too late for that.
Yeah, just not. Also, 2 weeks ago, I posted something in the chat, the material 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
The
She mean the
question
spreadsheet
we
with
read.
the topics of all cantos, and there's like a previous one before the questions. She posted another document.
Yes, I posted this 10 topics of Bhagavatam, the table. No,
No, I'm sorry, I didn't look at
no,
it.
you
Didn't
will
even notice it.
on a pine.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice it, and I think I was too busy.
Yes,
There.
yes, yes. For sure, you were too busy.
Probably that's
Yeah,
why I
no.
didn't notice it, because otherwise I keep a close eye on this chat.
It was very nice on the Pioneer. Nikunja Biharani came to check. And she-
Oh, really? She managed. Wow, that's so sweet.
I agree. It was really nice.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
I'm very, very grateful for Katha, and it was something which I missed really for a long time. I don't know why, but I got some medicine from something.
Oh,
Yes.
Madam, we had remnants of your katha there in Michigan. So Deva Madhava and Sita Hari, they were giving katha on Gaura Purnima at Harmony Collective. And they basically were like, it was like really remnants of your katha, but which was nicely digested by them about the death of love, of purpose of Mahaprabhu coming for that. It was really sweet. Just try to mention since everybody mentioned. But katha.
Okay.
Sorry for the sound. I will switch off the sound soon.
Okay, and I guess Lila Purushottam cannot even speak now. Yes, but maybe.
You can ask.
okay, on
I'm sorry.
Have you heard anything about Niranjan Mars coming to Arizona?
I heard from Prana about your conversation with Shama Mohini, but as I understood, it wasn't confirmed yet, so that he's coming. Is it confirmed already?
No, Maharaj it's really beautiful, actually.
I have one.
He told me that he retired from the GBC this year, and that
Woohoo!
Maharaj invited him. Radhanath Maharaj also retired, and they held hands and
Woohoo!
walked out of the GBC room together. And since then,
Oh, wow.
Niranjan Maharaj says, I have no particular plan. I just want to take care of my health. And last he told me was maybe because I suggested strongly he go to Arizona because he has,
yeah.
and I said it's high desert and it's night, it's dry heat. And so he last told me, he said, yeah, maybe I should do that.
He has doctor's appointment
Wow.
elsewhere on the 28th, 29th of April.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow, that's really, really cool. Shama Mohini's daughter had I think the same kind of similar health problem as Niranjan Maharaj, and when they lived in Boston, and the doctor said they have to come to here, to Arizona. This was one of the main
I told
reasons
him
why they shifted.
Boston is the worst. It's cold, but it's really bad. There's also some chance that we will see what happens, that we may come to America too, Krishna Kun and I.
Oh, wow, that would be really special. Wow.
I want to go there and I want to look at Pranahari and I want to ask him about all the bad things he's doing.
Well, he will be happy to meet you and tell you all about it. That will be really special. Well, we have we have 2 bedrooms with 2 bathroom showers attached to each. So that's why if you just in case you want to stay with us, so we will be most happy to give you a place to stay.
Happy, my husband is so excited, but we don't even know whether we are going to leave Europe at all.
Yeah.
Can we get back to the Bhagavatam?
Yeah, let's do Bhagavatam. Thank you.
Sorry, sorry. About Bhagavatam, so I just went through that spreadsheet with the topics of all cantos. Didn't really like study it nicely, but I went through and read it all. And about the questions, I read the questions. I got disappointed that I really couldn't answer most of them. And then when Nikunja sent the answers, I read some of them first like 3, and then the rest, because I was kind of have to join the class. I was late. I was just going through, but I didn't really like study or read it properly even. So, and even though I read some, I still kind of feel I didn't digest it properly. So, and I was even thinking, since most of us didn't spend time with it, enough time with it, maybe we can just I really like those questions and answers, Gurumaharaj, from the class, actually, which I think I didn't listen to. Maybe we can just go through it, even just like, I mean, our personal discussion, and go to that document. I mean, I don't know, what do you all think?
I think that I could read now the questions and answers, and maybe so some interest and some idea will arise. And and for the next Thursday, we could also think again about all these questions, and make some real discussion, because it is maybe I think it is the most important material. Like, it is very concentrated here in this lecture. Hopefully, maybe we will get a synchronized translation this weekend of this lecture also, and some and the next lectures. But anyway, so I sent to Anapani all materials in Russian and the lecture also.
Right.
Yes, and also I can. So all answers are also given. These are like quote from transcript. So now I will just maybe read questions and answers, and you could ask, maybe think about some questions which you have, and if I can, I will answer. If not, we will answer together next time. Okay, is it okay for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
So, okay. The seminar is named 10 Topics of Srimad Bhagavatam as a methodology for comprehending the absolute truth. So, how to comprehend the absolute truth? This is a question which only a human being can ask when we get this human body. What is absolute truth? Where do I come from? Why do I exist? And how, and to just to think, just to get an idea, just that the absolute truth is a person, a personality, a cohort boy, Krishna, and he plays different leelas in with his associates in Vrindavan, and there are five different kinds of rasas with different devotees there. We cannot just comprehend it like it is, if it is said straight like this, because it is totally different from the material world. Like, transcendental reality is different for the sake of everybody, as it is said in the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. But at the same, yeah. And how and Srimad Bhagavatam says we are going, like it is like now quotations of Maharaj. It like Srimad Bhagavatam says, we are going to explain to you something which is extremely complex and incomprehensible, but still we are going to explain it. This is the ambitious goal of Srimad Bhagavatam, to give us the real, absolute, ever-existing truth, existing always and everywhere, under all circumstances, the knowledge and comprehension of which is the only thing necessary for a person and can save him from all sufferings. And to tune into discussion, it was offered to read 2 verses.
Nikunja, excuse me.
Yes.
This was a direct quote from Maharaj's Russian
Yes.
lecture translated into English.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And from now on, I will only, I guess, read his quotes. Okay. Only if you ask some questions, then maybe I will say in my own words.
Thank you. Just to clarify. Thank you.
So to tune into first, like preliminary question was to tune into the discussion, and was offered to read the Sanskrit translation and commentary to the shlokas of Srimad Bhagavatam 2.10.1 and shloka of Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 291, and discuss how these verses could be understood. And in the lecture, Maharaj told, so these 9 topics reveal the 10th main topic. This is formulated very interestingly in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself. We read the first verse. Atra sarva visargascha sthanam poshana muttayaha manvantara shanukatha nirodho muktira sharayaha. This is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 291-92. And the second verse also explains Dashamasya Vishuddhyat Artham Navanam iha lakshanam varnayanti mahatmana shruthirnarthena chanyasa. Srila Prabhupada translates, to emphasize the transcendental nature of summum bonum, or ashraya. And Maharaj, the first important things to be understood by studying these verses is that in order to purify, literally vishuddhyartham, in order for the 10th topic to be purified, to be revealed, we have to go through 9 topics so that we perceive the 10th topic in a pure manner. That's the point. Dashamasya vishuddhartham. The 9 previous topics show the difference between a living being fighting for existing in the material world and God. This is the meaning of the word vishuddhi, to rectify, to purify, to say, please do not confuse Ashraya, Krishna, with an ordinary living entity. This is a description of the misadventures of a living entity in the material world. This is another topic, the meaning of the description of the 9 previous topics, which explain that the living entity can be both entangled and liberated from the influence of material energy. Vishuddhi literally means to purify or to separate one from the other, so that we should never confuse one with the other. Therefore, without understanding those topics, 9 topics, it is impossible to understand Krishna. We will confuse him with an ordinary living being, his behavior with the behavior of an ordinary living entity. Okay, now comes question number 1. The essence of methodology of Srimad Bhagavatam. Why does Srimad Bhagavatam start with description of the external energy of the Lord? The meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam methodology is a description of the absolute truth through a description of categories that are his external manifestations. Srila Prabhupada defines this thing exactly in this terminology. He calls the absolute truth substance and the external manifestations of this absolute truth, which make up the 9 other topics, categories. Categories of this substance, that is particular external manifestations of the absolute truth. The supreme truth is Ashraya. Krishna is substance, and that is something that really exists, substance. Thus, Srila Prabhupada translates the word Vastavam Vastum, substance. It is the root cause of categories. That is different subsets, some divisions, parts, which come from it. Srimad Bhagavatam makes it possible to cognize both the substance itself, that is Vastavam Vastu, and its categories. Substance is the absolute truth, the Supreme Lord, and all emanations of these categories are relative forms of energy. That is the absolute truth. The Supreme Lord is absolute. He is the source of everything, and there are relative truths emanating from him that are accessible to our perception. Srimad Bhagavatam is about both. Moreover, Srimad Bhagavatam explains the unknown, incomprehensible absolute truth, or Vastavam Vastu, through what is understandable to us. That is, through these emanations or relative forms of energy. This is the key quote for the entire lesson. In the middle of this lotus, so these 10 topics are presented like a lotus with 10
Petals.
petals, with 10 petals. In the middle of this lotus is the supreme absolute truth, Krishna, at home in Goloka Vrindavan or Gokul Vrindavan with cows, peacocks, and those who love him. From the lotus come 9 petals that are accessible to our understanding. The very core of the lotus is carefully hidden from us. But there are 9 petals, by studying which we will ultimately be able to understand the most mysterious and elusive absolute truth. This is the essence of the methodology of Srimad Bhagavatam. The methodology of Srimad Bhagavatam, the revelation of something unknown through the known, accessible for perception, is fully consistent, and on one hand, with the methodology of the Vedanta Sutra, and on the other hand, with the methodology of modern science. To understand something unknown, mysterious, hidden, inaccessible to our senses, we study external manifestations accessible to the senses and thus intuitively guess what is not directly apparent to our senses. And this intuitive understanding, which should come as a result of studying something available to us in a certain order, is the fruit, the greatest fruit and achievement of this whole process. Okay. How do we define Brahman? Through something directly accessible to our senses. Janmadhyasya yataha. We define Brahman, spirit, through matter. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the material world is the vocabulary of the spirit. We can understand the spiritual world and spiritual reality to some extent by studying its pale reflection here in material world. This is the methodology of Vedanta Sutra, and the first 2 sutras define this methodology. The same methodology is used by Srila Vyasadeva in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada writes in his commentary to Bhagavad Gita 3:37, the Vedanta Sutra begins with this question, Adhato Brahma Jigyasa. The time has come to inquire about the Supreme, about who the Supreme is. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Janmadhyasya yatanvayat taratascha. The Supreme Brahman is the source of everything. That is, in the end, we want to understand Krishna, to understand this source. It is very difficult to understand him. Vyasadeva says, no, he can be understood. Why? Because he is the source of everything. And if we study the consequences, what came from the source, we can get an idea about him. At some point, the idea will form a harmonious, very beautiful picture of spiritual reality. Okay, it was answer to the question, what is methodology of Srimad Bhagavatam? Question number 2. Yes.
Natalia, can I just clarify? So just quite a bit of information, and I just want to clarify if I understood correctly. So So the question is, why does Srimad Bhagavatam start with description of the external energy of the Lord? So if you answer in a few sentences, will the answer be because we can understand the spirits through the matter? So it's the easiest thing to comprehend for the soul in material world, like for the soul who try to understand the spirit. So because the matter is a thing which we can easily relate to, so that's why we start with
Yes.
that.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
this is something which we can perceive by our sense.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be like a broader answer to this question, like in some other
Mm-hmm.
seventh question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Krishna Kon.
Shodam Ata Shri Krishna Namadi Navavedgaya Mindriya Seva Mukhe Hijivado Swayameva Spuratyada. No one can understand the Supreme Lord through these materially contaminated senses.
Mhm.
I also got the same answer as Anapayini. I understand that this is the answer at this stage, but I just kind of marked that we are trying to define Brahman spirits through matter. This is what Maharaj is saying, which is very interesting.
Yes, exactly.
But we can't.
It will be answered a little bit. I will read.
Okay, let's go on.
Thank you. Okay, then question number 2. 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam in the second canto and in the 12th canto. What is the difference? So the only thing what was in the lecture of Maharaj was this. At the end of the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami describes these 10 topics and gives a very short, non-detailed definition of each topic. And Sutta Goswami describes the same 10 topics, calling them differently in the 7th chapter of the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. There he gives a broader understanding of each topic, and they often don't exactly coincide. But that's the beauty of it, because if we compare how each of these topics is described by Shukadeva Goswami and at the same time look at Sutta Goswami's version, we get a more comprehensive idea of what are these topics. And accordingly, the idea will be much clearer that Srimad Bhagavatam, with the idea of revealing Ashraya, the absolute truth, through these 9 previous categories. So, but
Do we want to look into the verses, or
yes,
or
I think for
we?
the next time we could look at these verses, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because in our meetings with Ukrainian groups, we did not discuss this question. This is from the Bhaktivedanta University. Yeah, it's not from our course. It is from the course of Bhaktivedanta. There are different questions for different groups of devotees, and I kind of mixed these questions in.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Question number 3. Which of the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam is the main one? How is this explained? Ashraya is the main topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, which includes everything. And literally translated from Sanskrit, the word Ashraya means substrate, that on which everything else rests. This Ashraya, in accordance with Srimad Bhagavatam, is non-dual consciousness, Advaita Jnana Tattva, Advaya Jnana Tattva. In this consciousness, the primordial consciousness, the Lord, that created and maintains this world, and all 9 topics reveal the 10th topic. Actually, Ashraya is the refuge in which everything exists, from which everything emanates, and which exists inside it all. That is, permits it all. What is Ashraya? We are accustomed to translate the word Ashraya as refuge. In this case, this is or shelter, actually, shelter. We are we usually translate it as shelter. In this case, this is not the most successful translation. A more correct translation of the word Ashraya, he is the substratum, that is the support, the foundation on which everything that exists rests. The invisible support of which this invisible foundation rests. We do not see the foundation of the building, but we can see the towering building. And from this building, we can get some idea of the foundation itself. This is another translation of Ashraya, and the definition of it is given in Taittiriya Upanishad, a famous verse that Srila Prabhupada quotes countless times. Yato vai mani bhutani jayante yena yat jatani jivanti yat prayanti abhisam visanti tat vigyana sasva tat brahmatait. Taittiriya Upanishad 3.1.1. Who is Brahman? Brahman, as Srila Prabhupada translates in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, is the one who answers three questions. From whom, by whom, in whom. Brahman is the one who created this world, from whom this world comes, Yataha. The word Yataha is the ablative or dispositional case in Sanskrit, from whom everything comes. The one by whom everything was created, Yena, instrumental or instrumental case. The one in whom everything rests and where everything returns when everything comes to an end. This is Brahman, this is Ashraya. Srimad Bhagavatam describes the same thing as Vedanta Sutra, but in different, much more amazing way. The methodology is the same, but the result is more surprising. Also, in principle, the same thing. According to Nitya philosophy, there are two types of signs, of indicators. We can define an object by its very essence, by its form, and so on. If we want to describe someone, then the surest way is to describe his essence, Svarupa. And there are Tatastha Lakshanas, which are not constantly present signs. The slide shows a diamond on a red velvet background. And the diamond is now red. I want to describe it. And instead of describing it as a diamond, I begin to describe some peripheral feature that is present only right now, Tatastha Lakshana, which is red because it is located on a red matter. But it does not have to be on red matter. As a rule, Tatastha Lakshana are certain noticeable things that catch the eye. The question arises, why does Srimad Bhagavatam describe the absolute truth, Brahman, according to Tatastha Lakshana? Why don't it immediately move to Svarupa? In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, the Svarupa of Krishna is described. Why? For what? We need to understand well the very essence of this methodology, why it is so. Firstly, you need to understand that the Svarupa of anything cannot, in fact, be described. If we try to describe Svarupa, that is the inner essence of anything, we will resort to external manifestations of this Svarupa. Svarupa, by definition, eludes. Svarupa eludes definition. Therefore, most of the people who try to determine the absolute truth end up with a different methodology. They say, not this, not this, not this. Let us understand by process of elimination what the absolute truth is. It is not this, not that, not that. This is a fundamental philosophical problem. If I try to describe a person, tell what kind of a person he is, I will still, in all my honest attempts to describe him, describe some external manifestations of his essence. And this is normal. Through external manifestations, you can guess the essence. Depending on the skill of the person who is describing someone else, we can get a fairly clear idea of who he is talking about. In fact, even when we describe God through his Svarupa, we give Svarupa Lakshanas, we are characterizing his energies. This is one of the fundamental principles of Lord Chaitanya's philosophy. All the attributes of Lord, his abode, his name, his form are the Shakti of the Lord. And this is the energy of the Lord. That is, there is nothing unnatural or wrong in describing God through his energy. So this was one answer about it. Okay. Now question number 4.
Before we move to the next one, maybe someone definitely get better idea than me. So the answer is clear to the Ashra is the main topic, but the second question, how it's described, it was again kind of a long logical explanation, which I didn't catch the essence, I believe. Krishna Kun, or maybe or Madonna Prabhu or Lila Purushottam Prabhu, maybe you have an idea how to summarize it, like kind of in a sutra.
Well, my understanding is that the essence was that Swarup, by definition, eludes description or eludes definition. You can't describe the Swarup, and therefore you describe the what is around it, the Tatastha Lakshana, and through these external manifestations, you can guess the essence, depending on the skill of the person who's describing it. So I kind of got this, but I was just wondering about this particular point that Maharaj is making, that Swarup eludes definition. It kind of sounds, I mean, in the case of Krishna, in the case of God, let's just say like this, in the case of the absolute truth, I relate. And in the case of anyone and anything else, like I'm just kind of wondering where he gets this statement from, Maharaj, because he doesn't usually speak into the air. There may be some shastra that says this and it explains it. This is the only answer that I could get, only question that I could answer, that the main thing is the Ashraya. What is the main topic? So
Krishna
that's,
Kun, could you note down this question and post it later in the chat? Okay, could you? And for the next week, we will try to discuss it. I cannot answer now.
are you in a rush to finish up to a particular point? That's okay, I'm just asking.
I
You
need to look. No, I just, to answer this question, I need to look through the whole thing, and it is
I
not.
see. Okay, let's go.
Because you ask like whom he quotes and what he does he quote, did he quote? Yeah, how it is explained that Ashra is the main topic. It is explained through Brahman, like through definition of Brahman, that Brahman, like from whom everything emanates, by whom everything is maintained, and in whom everything diffuses in the end. Returns to when it. So this is why Ashraya is the main topic, because everything comes from it, because everything rests on it, and everything goes back inside Brahman in the end, and Brahman or Ashraya or Krishna, he maintains everything. Yes, Anapaini, is it an answer?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Question number 4. How does the 10th topic unfold through the previous 9? I also so I found such that is the absolute truth. The Supreme Lord is absolute. He is the source of everything, and there are relative truths emanating from him that are accessible to our perception. Srimad Bhagavatam is about both. Moreover, Srimad Bhagavatam explains the unknown and comprehensible absolute truth or vastavam vastu through what it is understandable to us. That is, through these emanations or relative forms of energy. This is the key idea of entire lesson. So how can topic unfold? Actually, yes, this is some. It will be answered a little bit later. I think that I did not put this answer very good here. Sorry. So yeah, so there are some relative truths, but they are accessible to our perception, and these truths are emanating from him, from this absolute truth. So by this somehow connecting everything, we can unfold the 10th topic. There will be, maybe we can discuss a little bit like in a week more precisely this. Number 5, how are all the topics related to each other? This is very big answer. Okay. So 10 topics are described starting with Sarga. Sargam is the primary creation. Visarga is a secondary creation. Sthanam literally means place or sacred geography, the geography of this universe. Poshanam means protection. Uti means impulse to action. Manvantarach is the reign, the periods of reign of various manus. Ishanukatha, Srila Prabhupada translates as the science of God. Nirodha means destruction. Mukti means liberation. And Ashraya, the 10th topic, is the center. Let's see from very beginning how they are related to each other. Sarga. First comes Sarga, the first elements that make up this world. Mahavishnu, who creates these material universes or glances at the material energy and sets in motion the processes, unbalances the modes of material nature, and initiates various transformation processes in this universe. Visarga. Then Visarga occurs, secondary creation. That is the creation of Brahma, the secondary creator, who creates our universe. I listened to a presentation on Surya Siddhanta where Pavaneshwar Prabhu, who studies the Surya Siddhanta, says that in the morning of every day, Brahma wakes up after a long night, after a long stay in some completely dissolved state, and he does not immediately take up for work. Quite a long time passed there before Brahma came to his senses, apparently meditated. Did Surya Namaskar or something else necessary? Only after this does he get to work. There is a very specific dimension after which period after which Brahma begins to create the material universe. This is a very interesting and real process that has profound consequences. Okay, next, Sthanam. Next comes Sthanam, literally means place, or sthiti, which means maintenance. This is another version used by Shukadeva Goswami himself. It is about maintaining order in creation. This is perhaps the most mysterious topic of the first 9 topics. What exactly does it mean? Sarga Visarga is more or less clear. At least theoretically and practically it will also be clear, especially when we study the corresponding songs and sections of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sthanam is a very mysterious thing. The essence in that the Lord shapes the creation. The Lord created the first elements. He is behind the secondary creation. He creates the universe in the form in which it is and determines the laws that living beings must follow. Sthanam is the order of creation. This is the place every person occupies in accordance with his actions. It is impossible to deceive anyone. This is our place, and we cannot take any other place. That's the point. Because these are immutable laws that, due to misunderstanding, people consider to be subject or changeable. In fact, they are unchangeable. Next topic, Poshanam. Poshanam is mercy that is above all these laws. The Lord creates this world, initially casting a glance at it. The Lord creates the bodies of living beings according to their karma. The Lord determines a place for everyone according to his karma and the way of existing in this place. This is the third topic, but he himself breaks these laws with the help of his mercy. He himself helps living beings to leave this place and ascend. He constantly interferes with these laws and helps living beings evolve. If it were not for his intervention, then everyone would remain in the place assigned to them and nothing would happen. This is the fourth topic. The fifth topic, Uti. The fifth topic is called Uti, or impulse to act, which explains the internal struggle that we have. On the one hand, Krishna wants to elevate us. On the other hand, something is pulling us down. And this impulse, which according to Arjuna forces us to do something, even if we understand that we should not do it, is described here. What if this impulse and what is this impulse and how to deal with it? How can we understand and see this impulse in ourselves and ultimately overcome it? How to win? This is the sixth topic for this. Manvantara. The sixth topic, Manvantara, explains how a person can overcome the inertia of his karma. Yes, Krishna gives us an impetus. Krishna saves us with his mercy. But this is not enough, because there is a strong impulse pushing us in a certain direction, the inertia of karma. The next topic, Manvantara, reveals how one can get rid of this impulse. And Ishanukatha. As a result, we come to the next topic, Ishanukatha, where a whole spectrum is revealed, a mosaic of different stories of people of the past who acted in this mood in relation to God. We can see in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in other Puranas, in the Mahabharata, a huge number of stories read how devotees acted, completely surrendering to the Lord, renouncing everything. And by reading about them, we acquire their qualities. If we read again and again about honest people, we will become honest. It is inevitable. And if we read again and again about great devotees, we will become great devotees. We will want to be like them. We understand that it is difficult, but their example is very inspiring. This is the next topic. Ishanukatha, how the Lord manifests in this world and how he interacts with his devotees. Next, Nirodha. And further, Nirodha. Nirodha is defined as the processes of destruction of this world. This understanding of the world, Nirodha, refers to the living entities who choose to remain here in the material world. This Nirodha evades them, partial or complete destruction, plunging into unconsciousness during various periods of destruction. Nirodha literally means stopping the flywheel of our karma. Also means complete erasing of the memory of previous actions. That is what happens to the soul as a result of the fact that it becomes a devotee, which begins to interact directly with the Lord, or at least reads about these interactions. Karma is gradually erased in this case. Next topic, Mukti. The erasure of karma also means Nirodha, or it is denoted by the word Nirodha, destruction, erasure of karma from our consciousness, which ultimately leads to liberation. Liberation means restoration of one's natural spiritual form. Next topic, Ashraya. All this leads to the soul to Ashraya, to Bhagavan, the original source. So this full circle describes the path of the soul. This is actually, yes, this is full circle which describes of the soul, of the path of the soul. Now I say in my own words, this is what was meant, like the way of how is it? Krishna Kund asked human development. Okay, it was said like human development in the question, but here it is said the circle of mukti, vision, soul, path of the soul.
Path of the soul, I just found it myself, yeah.
Once again, the same quote that I promised to quote 3 times is the 3rd time. Srimad Bhagavatam makes it possible to understand both the substance itself and its categories. Substance, Ashraya, the Supreme Lord. Emanations of all these topics are relative to forms of energy. This is the methodology. In other words, Ashraya is described in terms of relative energies. As Srila Prabhupada says here, all emanations are relative forms of energy. What kind of energy is this? Starting with Sarga, Srishti Shakti, the energy of creation, Sthiti Shakti, Sthanam, the energy of maintaining this world and the energy of flows, Kripa Shakti, the energy of mercy, Anugraha Shakti, Anugraha Shakti, and so on. All kinds of Shaktis of Bhagavan that are available to us here in this world, because it is his world and his energy. And if we use them correctly and understand how the world works, his energies lead to the fact that we restore our relationship with Bhagavan. That is, 10 topics are related to each other, and we are talking about a very holistic understanding. Srimad Bhagavatam, defining the Mahapurana as a work that reveals these 10 topics, says that this is a story of our life. And if we correctly understand the reality accessible to our perception and act correctly in it, then we will inevitably come to spiritual world. So it was answer to question number 5, how all these topics are related to each other.
Wow, definitely need to come back to this one. That's a lot to unpack.
Yes. Okay, a little bit more on this. This is again question number 6, a little bit differently stated, but the same. What does methodology? What methodology does Srimad Bhagavatam offer us for understanding absolute truth? What is its essence? Srimad Bhagavatam hopes that the descriptions within our grasp will lead to a deep.
Krishna Kund has a hand up.
Oh yeah, Krishna Kund, sorry. Yes.
I'm sorry, I just have my hand up because I feel that I can't take more. Like I feel that this is so much that if I just go through all of this again, it's enough to, like especially this last question, that was the biggest thing, because basically this means that you understand the essence of all of these 10 topics. I mean, at least all of the 9 topics. And you have kind of enough of an understanding of them that you understand their role in your own life, even at least in the life of human beings and other jivas in this universe. And this is like, I just kind of feel like it's too much to digest for me.
I
You know?
agree.
I mean,
Totally agree.
we can read on, but I can tell you that you already lost me in the sense that, first of all, I'm very visual. So it's like I'm following it with my eyes as you are reading it, but it's actually too fast for me. Of course, I'm reading it for the first time. That's my fault. or whatever, it's not a fault because we only got it now. But anyway, point is that although maybe it was posted or some of it was posted or something was posted, I don't know. But the point is that I don't know if you want to go through all of the 11 questions, I think it will be just too much.
Okay, maybe we can stop it here. You already got some interest, some ideas, many questions, and we will try during 1 week to go in depth, and we can continue in our chat and WhatsApp with questions and answers and discussion next week.
Yeah, and now we have this file now, so we can go through this file and I mean, at least for myself, I need to go through this on my own. I can't digest this much this fast. Then there may be some kind of like more of a discussion rather than reading if everybody else is able to make that time. It's not such a long file.
Yeah, it's 11 pages only, and the transcript is how many? 36 pages. If I can translate the whole transcript by Monday, I guess.
We have the
Oh, you got to translate. You got the transcript in Russian.
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned that there's gonna be available the like
synchronous translation. Yes, it is done. It is ready, but they don't. I don't know why they don't upload it somewhere and don't give for us access to it. This is a big question. Why is it so still? But the synchronous translation of this lecture, particularly, and more. Actually, there are 8 lectures already translated to English with synchronous translation, but all the previous they were like more or less synchronous with what we studied with this structural review. And this one lecture I chose to do it now because it was not, these topics were not covered in the structural review, and I could not wait till it is translated, so I did some endeavors to present it to you, but
So, but did I understand it right that the answers that you read, you extracted directly from the speech of Maharaj, directly from the lecture? Okay, in that regard, it would be essential for me to have it available. Because then I can work with it in a way like to listen to it, contemplate it, see if I understand the connections, and because just to hear it like this from you, wasn't enough for my intelligence to grasp it properly. It was just some like kind of a rough overview for me, let's say.
Yeah.
But I'll have to go much deeper into it if I wanna at least hope that I can grasp it, if you would use that term.
Yeah, that's why I also spoke up that I think we should maybe stop here because it's getting too much to take in.
Yes, for me, because I already it is my 4th attempt to grasp all this material. Okay, so first I did it on my own, then with Prema Priya, and then with Ukrainian, with another group. So 3 times I did it already. This is my 4th time. This is my, and even now I got some, it's like more full. My picture is more full now than
you're way ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So if it's gonna be available, then I'm a little bit pacified. Otherwise, I would feel lost.
Can I just ask, Nikunja, so basically now this lecture that you just picked kind of randomly because it's not contained in the English language lecture series that we looked at, but it's important before Maharaj starts.
Yes.
Okay. And there are 8 more lectures like this? Did I
No,
get?
no, no. Okay. So those 17 lectures
Yeah.
of structural review, all we had how many? We had I don't remember. We had 8 lectures. So 2 times less.
In Russian,
than
you mean?
in Russian,
In
yes.
Russian.
In Russian, yes.
Okay.
We had an overview of the structure of Srimad Bhagavatam in 8 lectures, which was Maharaj made for School of Bhagavatam.
Right, right.
Okay. And all those topics which we discussed,
yeah,
they can be found like in both versions. Only this lecture is not there.
Right. Okay. Good.
Thank you for applying it.
As I expected, the person who learns the most here is you. I wish it could be, but I can't do it. Good, good, good. Okay, thank you. So if you have, I know that you send the Russian link to Anapayini, but maybe you can also put it in the group chat. I would probably listen to it.
Okay.
And there might be some others there. I don't know if they're much following it, like Jamuna Pavani at least is English speaking, Russian speaking, and maybe some others, I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe YouTube can turn on the subtitles also.
Yeah, maybe like
just,
that.
just please don't turn this group into a Russian group.
Okay. No, I will try to request these materials of this particular lecture as soon as possible, just maybe before all the beginning of first canto even right now, because yeah, we need it right now.
And then about where Maharaj is at, he's at the 3rd canto somewhere already.
Yes, in the end of 3rd canto, yes.
But but the groups, have they started on the 1st canto?
Okay, I will tell you, Maharaj started all of this review of like studying of Srimad Bhagavatam about 1.5 years ago in Bhaktivedanta University.
Yeah.
This is a university created for leaders of Russian devotees.
Yes.
And now they are in the end of 3rd canto.
All of them.
All of them, yes. But School of Bhagavatam, it is something else. It is not for leaders. It is for beginners, for devotees who are just like for everybody. Maybe even not for Vaishnavas, maybe for Christians also something. But it started. It started in summer last year.
Yes, August, September.
Yes.
This is okay, but I'm just asking, the School of Bhagavatam groups, have they started on the 1st canto yet?
We have received the first lecture of the 1st canto yesterday.
Okay. So we are just finishing the structural overview, and then we will start on the 1st canto.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify this. Because honestly, this particular material that you sent over with the questions were just so enormous kind of pace shift that I seriously consider that I can't do this. I have to drop it. Like, I just can't give this kind of time and energy a week. It's
Mhm.
not possible for me. But let's see. But I would really like to. I would really like to do continue.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. I think I have my answers for now. And then for next Thursday, we will read the rest of this document and go through it. If you don't get, I have this request, if you don't get like acknowledgement of something that you post, at least from one or two of us, then say something again. I'm serious. I
Okay.
know that you can't baby us, but sometimes life is just so busy, and I think for all of us in
Yes.
different ways, that sometimes we may just kind of not notice, and then it's too late, you know, like the previous night or that morning, it's just too
Yeah.
late to get into it, because at that time you don't have time anymore. I don't have a time anymore. And I really
Yes.
want to keep up and prepare, otherwise stimulating discussions will be difficult if we are just grasping with the basics of the information, you know.
Mhm. Yes, sure.
Thank you. A huge job.
Thank you very much for this meeting. Okay, now I have to go to kitchen. Something.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Nick. Can you behind me? Thank you,
Yeah, thank you, Nikunja. And the whole team, actually. It sounds still unbelievable that they put so much energy to make everything available in English. I hope
Mhm.
it's not only for the useless Lila Purushottam, but that it will be useful for many more devotees.
For sure, they will have a new call, new groups already this summer. So
Will be new English groups.
yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, I always wanted to be a guinea pig.
Okay. Ванчик, автор печати, прибача, потita нам пованы. Вишнау.
Vitaram Parvan Vishnu Devyo Namo Namaha. Thank you. Radhe Shyam.
Радуйся.
Loves the participation today.